ready, guys.
Greetings, pool fans. We are coming to you live from Griff's Bar and Billiards here in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, as we bring you day one of the first ever WPA Players Championship. We have assembled 64 of the big superstars of pool from all corners of the globe here at Griff's. It's a 4-day event. This is day one. Round one, it's a race to 7 alternate break, single elimination. You lose, you're out. And don't forget, it's win by 2. So you have to win by 2 up till 9. If they're tied at 9, the players will lag and will have a sudden death rack for the win. The winner moves on to the round of 32. The loser is out. Now, let's meet the players here in our TV table match. Firstly, from Japan, would you please welcome Toru Kuribayashi. And his opponent is currently ranked number 2 in the world by the WPA from Greece, Alexander Kazakis. And now we'll have the lag.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day one of 4 days of the WPA Players Championships. As you just heard from Mr. Ted Lerner, we are coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in lovely Las Vegas. Toru Kuribayashi versus Alexander Kazakis. Going to get us started off on our feature table this morning. I am joined in the booth by the legendary box office Carl Boyce. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, thank you, Ben. How's your good self?
Doing very well. Very excited for this match. This whole event is going to be some excellent pool.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad stage one is over because we get to see the big boys now.
Stage one took place over the last 4 days. We had stage one qualifiers. The top 4 players finishing from each day earned a spot into this event. So we were able to bring up 16 qualifiers to join the 48 seeded players that were already selected for this event. Toru wins the lag and will be breaking off here in rack number 1. Powerful break. It is a legal break. Folks, we do have a 3-point rule in effect on the break. 3 balls must cross the head string, or 3 balls must be pocketed, or any combination of the 2 in order for it to be a legal break. As you can see, 2 balls did cross the head string, and he did pocket a ball, earning him a total of 3 points for the break, making it legal. Good opening starting shot here.
Can just see something on his thumb there. It's like, I don't know if it's a...
He's got some tape on his thumb and on his index finger.
Never seen that before.
Happens to be right on his bridge hand too, so I wonder if that's kind of his own makeshift style of glove or powder, if you will.
Yeah, I think it's instead of wearing a glove, could be setting a new trend.
We haven't seen that before.
No. Must be a Japanese thing. So he's got a real good opportunity, as you can see, off the break. And one thing for certain, what we will see over the next coming days, the standard will definitely go up from stage 1.
Kurebayashi was a World Pool Masters runner-up in 2010, as well as a runner-up in 2012 at the World Pool Championships. There's a good look at what he's got going on with his tape on his fingers there. Some great camera work.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was a type of cloth, didn't it?
Yeah.
I would imagine the other side of it sticky, and he just wraps it round his finger where he wants. Not sure if that'd be a bit of a put off for myself, but
Toru looking good here in rack number 1.
yeah, I mean, Alex Kazakis, ranked number 2, as Ted Lerner said, but he ain't no massive favourite in this match, let me tell you. There you see the cue going across his blue tape.
A little nudge wasn't what he wanted, but I don't think it hurt him too bad. I think he wanted to come above that ball. Fargo actually shows Alex Kazakis as a 30-point favorite in this match. But those are just numbers.
Wow, early mistake there.
We get to see our first look at Alexander Kazakis. Just took second in the World Pool Masters. He was a runner-up. He lost Hill Hill. A heartbreak match with David Al-Qaidi. He had the lead and David stole it away.
Main aim of this shot is to just pop the ball, cue ball. He's going to come over the other side of the table, but he's missed the ball, and that's a let off for Kurebayashi, because he did make a relatively easy safety shot, and that would have been a good punishment from Kazakis. Commentator's curse strikes again. Said the play was going to be a lot better today. And where's the cue ball going? Wowzers.
Got some first round, first rack jitters, I think. Both players feeling out the scenario and the atmosphere a little bit.
Now it is missable, especially after the last 2 shots he's played.
Nicely judged and nicely potted there by Kurebayashi. Takes rack number 1 and holds serve. Alex Kazakis will be breaking off in rack number 2. So give me an opportunity to touch on our format just a little bit. As Ted Lerner did, these are races to 7. Win by 2. Should the scoreline go 9-9, there will be a lag and a sudden death rack to determine the winner. These are all single elimination matches. Alternating break. We're playing on 9-foot diamond tables with with the green Andy 988 billiard cloth. This event is also sponsored by Predator Cues, the Rio Hotel and Casino, How Tips, Cyclop Hyperion Pool Balls, and some other organizations as well that we will touch upon and thank throughout the course of this match and the rest of the day. Big thank you to them. But for now, we'll see what Alex Kazakis can bring to the table for rack number 2.
So he doesn't make the wing ball, doesn't make the 1 ball in the side. Good news, he can't see the 1 ball. Made 3 points though, as you can see, 3 balls past the...
In numerical order as well.
He's fairly limited with his push-out options. Obviously, he can't push over to the right-hand side of the table. I'm not sure if he's going to... Problem with this is you kind of leave in an obvious safety, but you kind of forced into that type of push-out. But I suppose it's early stages in the match, so both players won't really have the speed of the table down, and this is all about speed, this shot.
Nicely judged.
Yeah, it was a nice shot using the edge of the 3 to get the cue ball down table. A little bit of added pressure in these matches because we're playing a single elimination.
I guess there is a little bit of a reprieve and good news, if you'll call it that, for the folks that happen to lose, the 32 players that happen to lose in round number 1. We also have a consolation event for them as well. There will be no additional entry fee required. That will also be single elimination races to 7.
He's executed that to perfection.
Yes, he has.
He didn't have a lot of room for error because sometimes you can scratch in the top left or you can hit it a bit fat and stick the cue ball. He's hit that absolute on point. What a kick shot. And then we see Alex. I wonder if he's got over that loss at the World Masters yet. Or does he still have nightmares?
I have a feeling it crosses his mind now and again, Mr. Boyce.
Should have banked the 9, Alex. Should have gone for the bank, for the money, and the trophy.
Fired the 7-ball bank in prior.
I think we should keep reminding him. People keep reminding me about that easy 8-ball. Just hit the 5-ball, so it's ball in hand. So good kick shot from Toru's giving him ball in hand, and has to be said, first shot is key as he comes round table just to look where he wants it.
Yeah, 1 to the 2 here is pretty key shot.
Nicely played, nicely judged. Very nice shot, I like it a lot.
He's got that cue ball on a string right now.
Didn't want to risk just playing near centre pocket off 2, did he? Because it's hard to judge pace, and the 3-ball could have come into play, so that's why he went off 3 rails. You can see he's another player that's using the little extension on the back of his cue as well. Seems to be becoming more popular. Another shot here, you would think he's going to use 2 rails instead of 1. That way it gives himself a huge target to get on the 4.
Where's the cue ball going?
But you can see how bad he hit it, and he's still got a shot on the 4. That's because he went off the 2nd rail. You try and play into an area there, you can land behind the 9 and all sorts. Should still be all right here, but just got to make sure he picks his line. Kazakis looks a bit dejected already, sat there.
He doesn't look too happy about the current situation. He's going to need to keep a positive attitude, though.
But I mean, he's been on a pretty good run himself. He lost in the semi-finals of the World 9-Ball Championships in December. Played at the Moscone Cup for Europe and lost in the final in Gibraltar. So, yeah, it's not a tournament win, but it's high finishes nevertheless. It's a very colourful shirt he's wearing and all, isn't it?
Certainly is. Alex not even looking at the table right now. He's
Looking at his shirt.
he's blinded. He's got to look somewhere else.
Didn't cue that too good. I think he was trying to get near the bottom rail. So he's just got to judge this one. Unless the 7 is touching the point and he can actually spin it back round. Or can he just pot it thin and go above 9, or will he have to go below it? He's going to know better than us. Let's see what he does.
He might even.
Yeah, he spun it, but the middle's coming into play. He needs to bounce off this rail. I don't know if did he play it like that? I don't know. He's played a few ropey shots at the minute, isn't he? And he's got to draw this ball because he's worried about the scratch. So I think he's going to draw off the left side to come back over off the right side. But you can miss the pot. 1. Yeah, well judged.
Good stroke there from Toru.
He'll be pleased to see this 9-ball disappear because his last 2 or 3 shots have been a bit iffy. And there it is. It's 2-0. So the world number 2 is taking a timeout.
Looks like Toru is ready to go. We are waiting on Alex to come back from his break here, folks. And now we're back. Alex is back to the table. Toru's all racked up and ready to break apart rack number 3 here. Alex went to use the restroom, wash his hands, kind of hit the reset button for a moment.
Unusual to do it so early on in a match, but
So the wing ball goes. It didn't fire straight in like it typically does. It got kicked in. But 2 balls did cross the head string as well. It is a legal break. A little bit of a tester for an opening shot here.
yeah, so it's not an easy pot, it's quite thin. And he's come round here to see if the 2 ball passes the 6, because he knows cue ball can come off a couple of rails and head towards that side of the table. Looks tight from here. And make sure you pot the 1 here though. Which he does, and he could do with a little bounce, because if it's tight, you'd always like to be right behind it. So cueing off the rail is going to make this a little more difficult.
You can see he's not too thrilled about it. He's really eyeing this one up. See, he tried to cheat the pocket just a little bit. Didn't have a whole pocket with the 6 where it was. I think he kind of knew that before he shot the shot and was kind of hoping for pocket speed, maybe just to get that cornered ball to get sucked in there. However, he's left an opportunity now for Kazakis to make his move. Imagine we'll be seeing a safety played here.
Yeah, played the previous shot left-handed. Not the nudge he wanted on the 3. Safety shot shouldn't cause too many issues. Interesting to see if he can get this 3 ball safe. Good cue ball as well. And he's managed to keep the 3 away from a rail, so it makes the target a little bit smaller.
Toru goes back and grabs the short stick. Be jumping over this 6 ball. Anxious to see which path he opts to take with it.
It's a fair old effort, isn't it? He's played this. He's tried to get 3 on the bottom rail, but he controlled the cue ball really nice. Alex does have a pot on the 3, but you know, there's distance, and the cue ball is tight on the rail. And he's 2-0 down, so it's a little tester. Easy to cue across this and put a bit of unwanted side on it, which can often help you miss the ball. Put a lot of side on it and missed it by a long way. Are the pool gods on his side, or has he left an easy opener? Looks easy from this angle, but usually it's a lot tighter when you're behind it. Benji boy.
Yeah, these camera angles oftentimes fool us, don't they?
Certainly the overhead one, but
You can see here that that 3 does pass. It is a little bit tight, but I think you can go 1 rail back out just past center table and play the 4 to the lower right.
yeah, like you say, if anything, it's probably... He jumped up very early, didn't he? He didn't pop the 3 ball clean. And he's not really got on the 4. It was a good opportunity, because like you say, even though 3 ball was a little tight in the side, he had the perfect angle to come over for the 4. Now he still has a pot on this. Whether he can avoid the 6 and come all the way around the table or not, or if he has to bump the 6 and needs a little bit of lady luck, we'll see. So he's missed it. Has he missed the 4? He hasn't. It's just fell in, but he's got more problems now, because I don't believe he can avoid the 9 ball.
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery, kind of a gamble on where that cue ball is going to end up after contact with that 9 ball.
In this instance, concentrate on your 6 ball and see where you get left. 9 ball's very close.
Oh, wow. My goodness.
He just moved over, didn't it, towards it? I thought it was going to fall.
He would have loved for that to fall. There's a good look at the new Cyclop Hyperion 9 ball. It's got a unique look to it. It's very awesome.
Now, I'm going to stick my neck out on the line here, and I'm going to wonder if he's going to try and pot the 7 and the 9, but play it in a kind of way where he wants to hit top side of the 9, because if he misses it, cue ball could come over. Oh, he got there easy. I thought it was a lot thinner than that.
See what you were talking about there.
Yeah,
though.
if it was
Almost
a
like
little bit thinner, he was going towards the 9, but as long as he hits that side rail, the cue ball's always coming over here, isn't it? So
Could you call that like a 3-way shot?
you could call that a 3-way shot, yeah. I like that. Played a 3-way shot in rack 3.
3 different possible outcomes.
Yeah. It was a good pot, though.
All intentional. So we are 3 racks in. Toru Kuribayashi has a 3-0 lead over world number 2, Alex Kazakis. Alex is going to be breaking apart rack number 4. Folks, you can see across the top of your screen some of our sponsors for this event. The host location here in Las Vegas, Griff's Billiards, Master Billiard Chalk, Predator Cues, Cyclop Pool Balls, Diamond Billiard Products, Andy Billiard Cloth and How Tips, HOW Tips, CueSports International, and the WPA organizations themselves as well. We also want to say thank you for the support from the Rio Hotel and Casino as well. We've got some events coming up there later on this year that we will touch upon later in this match and throughout the event. For now, rack number 4, Mr. Kazakis, here's your opportunity.
You can come into many a pool tournament, feel like you're in some kind of form, but it stands for nothing. Because 90% of this
Is
field
that cue ball? Ooh.
can all play at a very high level.
I'm not sure if Toru knows or if he cares, but that was an illegal break.
I don't think it was. I think he did make 3.
I saw the 6 and 7. I didn't see
I
the
think
4.
the 2. Did the 2 not fly around?
I felt like I was
No, I
playing
don't.
pretty close, but if you think it did,
I
then
don't
I will definitely not dispute you.
I don't know, mate.
Regardless, there's a shot on the 1 ball here, so he won't be passing this back.
Yeah, this game can be brutal. And he's got an opportunity here. First shot needs a bit of care when you're queuing down on the cue ball. Does make the shot a little bit harder. Got into it superb. And you have to say, Ben, it is a good opportunity looking at these balls. There's no clusters. There's no, I mean, 4 to 5 possibly, but it's hard to see it going wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't see any issues for him. But this is a major event, and this is the feature table, so as we've seen, anything can happen.
Cue ball's gone a little bit close to the 5, but obviously angle on the 3 is more important, so it's not going to cause a big issue. He'd just love to get on this 4 ball at a good angle, so it makes getting on the 5 even easier. He's playing for, oh, he's messed this one up, hasn't he? So the 5 ball did cause him some problems, but I don't think it should have done. He should be nowhere near the 4.
He's married to it.
Yeah, he's hit that 3 foot too hard. So
I think he was trying to play position for the side,
yeah,
Carl.
I don't know.
Obviously, position play for the upper right would have been easier. Maybe he was concerned about getting back down for the 5, but there certainly were options.
You got to be careful though, because at the minute you're keeping Kazakis off the table. You're having all the chances. The worst thing you can do is gift racks back and let your opponent get back in the match. You've got to keep the pressure on. So he does have a chance here, but he's got to really get into this cue ball in order to get on the 5. And he's not had many shots. He's missed an 8 ball in the first rack. This is a proper 9 ball pull shot, spinning it up the rail. This kind of shot comes up a lot in our game. And it's worrying times for Kazakis. He's not hit that close. And he is known to be a bit fortunate when he misses. I won't tell any lies. That could have gone anywhere. I wonder if Toru's good at the old dart jump shot.
Jump technique.
Yeah, the old dart.
Have you and Alex run into each other on any tournaments or tours?
Yes, we have. I've also flew to his native country to play him in a big action game.
I thought there might have been a little history between the two of you.
No, he's a good guy. I'm
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean? There's no issues with me and Alex. We get on great. I just want to speak the truth, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no point in
I just-
buttering it up, is there?
I just got a little feeling by that little comment there. You've had some personal experience playing the man.
Good shot, but has he scratched? Yes. Oh, he's jawed. Yeah, I went over to Greece, played him. The fans were great over there, though, I must say.
Greece is definitely on my bucket list of places
Listen,
to visit
I'd
in
go
life.
as far as to say it's the best country I've ever been to.
So what do you do here? Is he going to go two rails up between the 6 and 7 with some right-hand spin?
Yeah, it's quite a big target, so you never know. He's not 100% certain. He just wants to make a good hit here. And it looks like he's hit it. Yep. Yeah, it's not too bad. He has left the pot, but it's thin. So Kazakis misses the 4 by a long way, but flukes the snooker, and it's kept him in this rack and in the match.
He's certainly giving him another opportunity here. Let's see if Alex can convert this into a win, which he desperately needs right now. This is an alternating break format. It's very tough to come back from a 4-rack deficit when you've got 2 world-class players in an alternate break scenario. That one wiped its feet.
Has to be said, Kurebayashi did have a chance early, first chance in this rack. Landed on the 4 ball, and then from then on.
Yeah, poor positional play on the 4 ball has now elected an opportunity for Alex to make a statement.
I mean, these type of things can change the match. Toru will be thinking, could have been 4-0 up. And if Alex can just hold himself together here, this is key shot, of course, striking down on the cue ball. Good shot. Yeah, it can happen so quick. You're 3-0 up, looking like going 4, make a mistake, and you might not get back to the table until it's 3-2.
Yeah, we saw that a few times during qualifiers. We thought someone was just going to run away with it. This format really makes it tough. Keeps us on our toes too back here.
Yeah, I'm not certain who's got the break next.
Kurebayashi won the lag, so he'll be breaking rack 5.
So he will be at the table, but it will be 3-1.
Alex handles his business there. He's able to slide a beat over to his side. Trailing by a scoreline of 3-1 at the moment. Toru will be breaking here in rack 5, as I said. Folks, we've got 3 tournaments coming up here, right at this very location. Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas, May 24th through June 1st. 3 different U.S. Opens, the Bank Pool Championships, the Straight Pool Championships, and the One Pocket Championships. Should you enter all 3, we have an all-around bonus. You must enter all 3 to be eligible for that all-around bonus. The winner will receive $3,500 and an entry into the World 10-Ball Championship sponsored by Predator. And the second place runner-up wins themselves a healthy $1,500 bonus. So it's certainly worth taking your chances and getting in all 3 of those events. For information on that and for all events to come, please check out playcsipool.com/events.
Today we will be having 2-hour sessions, so this started at 12 o'clock. The next round on the TV table will be 2 o'clock, and it will be Mika Immonen.
Who?
Versus Jeffrey Ignacio.
Wow.
Who won a qualifier to get in stage 2. So that's a big matchup. You're going to see high-end big players matching up over the next few days now.
Haven't seen Mika play in a while now.
And then at 4 o'clock, it's a big European matchup. Darren Dynamite Appleton back on the scene after a few personal issues. We'll be playing the hitman, Torsten Holman. That one's at 4 o'clock. And then last match of the day is at 6 o'clock. And it's the American hero, Justin Bergman, against another Filipino qualifier, James Aranas. So some big matches we've got there.
You're getting all you bargained for, folks.
So Kurebayashi, who had a glorious chance for 4-0, has left Alex back at the table. Got a couple of things to navigate here, but it's an opportunity to get back in this match. Judges the combo well, but has he got a shot on the 2?
Judging by his body language, he's not excited about his positional effort here on this 2-ball.
Yeah, it's very thin, so yeah, there you can see probably he could pot it, but I don't think he can get down for the 3 because it's too thin.
He may be forced to play a safety or play position for a safety on the 3-ball.
Tip looks low in his cue, doesn't it? It's quite unusual. He's gone for the pot. Don't really, yeah, I'm not sure. He weren't a million miles off, was he? He was obviously trying to come low.
Yeah, he wasn't off by too far, but it was risky nonetheless.
It was always worrying though. You could tell from his body language it weren't perfect. Now potting the 2 is no issue. Getting on the 3 is the issue. Would love to land over on the right hand side, kind of where the middle diamond is in this type of area. But cue ball is travelling. This handy 988 cloth, super fast, as we've said many times. It's turning into a big rack for both players, this, to be fair. This looks good.
This looks really good.
Yeah, he'd love a bounce.
Very well judged.
But he'd be more than happy with that before the shot. Yeah, I was saying.
Good.
It's turning into a big rack, isn't it? Because Toru could have been 4-0 up. Then Kazakis has had half a chance to get back to 3-2. So it's one of them pivotal points of the match.
Yeah, 4-1 is a lot better than 3-2 for Toru. I know Alex isn't going to want to see that. With these shorter races to 7, I suppose you could call them a sprint. It's a real quick race. I do like how they're implementing a win-by-2 rule. It's something you don't see too often. It's pretty unique. I like that.
Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of that as well. Because you still get the opportunity to see a hill, because there's a cut-off point. But I do like that little element, I must admit. Taking his time here because the 9-ball's hampering his cueing. And after this shot, he definitely, wow. I'm going to say he's worrying times, this for Toru. I mean, everything's gone his way. This is the game of pool. You need your chances, but can you take them when you get them? And at the minute, he is faltering.
Alex needs to punish him for that again. Alex will have the break in rack number 6 as well.
Is he taking this in the corner and drawing back a little bit? Do believe he is. So this needs to be cued real nice. You don't put the cue through in a straight line here. This 5-ball could go anywhere. Hits it real good. Good cue ball control and everything there, so that's a good shot. We could be witnessing a little turning point here in this match.
Alex could, if he handles his business, don't want to curse him, but he could have this scoreline tied back up before Toru gets a chance back at the table again. Like we said, Alex will have the break in the next rack.
Good speed control there.
It's got a good angle. Just play naturally for the 8-ball. Doesn't have to do too much work here. Got done on this 8 rather quickly. I think starting to heat up a little bit. Very nice. Alex gets within 1 rack now. Was trailing 3-0.
Yeah, and it has to be said, the 2 racks he's won, Toru could have won both of them, so he could be 5-0 up.
Looking around the room, and it's incredible, the talent and the caliber of player in this building right now. Absolutely amazing. Folks, if you're in Vegas or anywhere nearby, we encourage you to stop by and sweat the action here at Griff's Bar and Billiards. And if not, well, we appreciate you tuning in and watching our stream and listening to Carl and I talk about what we're witnessing here. If you guys want to check the brackets and see just who's in this event and what time they play and who they play against, please feel free to check out www.ctsondemand.com.
There you can see Billy Thorpe queuing up.
Billy back there. We see Max Everly back there. Gabe Owen.
DeLuna.
Jeff DeLuna.
Got to 4 finals, but finally made it through.
He finally made it yesterday. With that amazing break at 3-1 down. I think I had dreams about that break last night.
Yeah, I seen that doing the rounds on social media this morning. That's
Yep.
like a...
Definitely highlight reel worthy. In case you did miss it, Jeff DeLuna had a phenomenal break yesterday against Ruslan Shinnikov at 3-1 down. Pocketed 6 balls on the break, left the 4-8-9 on the table, and left himself a straight in shot on that 4-ball. Pretty incredible.
So it's Kazakis to break. Could well be 5-0 down, but mistakes from Toru. Just let him get back in this match. the pocket. Sounds dry, and it is dry.
6-ball didn't move much from the rack either. I wonder if there may have slipped a small gap after he walked away from racking. They opened up really nicely though.
Yeah, intrigued to see if he's going to play on a 2-4 combo. That's what he's looking at. Very dangerous to try and drop him behind for the 2-ball in the same pocket as the 1-ball. That's very hard to judge, so I think playing on the combo, there's probably more value on that shot. I mean, it's not a dead set combo, because 2-ball will come away from the pocket. It's one of them where you always want to see where this cue ball lands now after potting this one. That kind of makes your mind up. Needs this to bounce though, doesn't it? So now he's got like a bit of a kind of a blind cutback combination. If you're straight on that, you can't miss the combo. But now he's going to have to, he's picking his line there, trying to find a point. A little tip for you out there. Whenever you're playing these type of shots, you got to try and pretend the 4-ball's not there. So pick a point where you want to aim the 2.
That's a good piece of advice for all players, amateurs and pros that struggle with combinations. Something I've recently, well, semi-recently learned as well. Just find an aiming point past your object ball, essentially looking through the ball you're trying to.
Yeah, sometimes there's like something on the table. There could be something in the distance. It could be a flower across the room.
Yeah,
it could be anything.
Anything, yeah. I usually try to find a point on the rail if I'm able to, but yeah, I know some people, and like you're saying, they'll find a reference point, whether it's a picture on the wall or, you know, anything they can find to help aid their aiming.
So we're going to get a look at what he's like left-handed. He needs to just miss this 5. That's not bad. He'll take this. Whenever you're swapping over hands, it can always be a bit daunting. At some point, I'd love to try and get John Morrow on the stream table, because here's a guy that's been playing right-handed all his life. Was in pain playing right-handed, and about a year ago decided to swap hands and play left-handed full-time. That's incredible, that.
And he's playing world class.
Yeah, he's won a few tournaments. He's beat some of the players. I mean, that is, if he was to win a big major pool tournament, that might be the biggest story ever in like pool. To swap over your hands where you've played right-handed all your life and then just play left-handed.
I don't even attempt to hit a ball opposite-handed. I'm horrible at it. Absolutely.
Well, it's like starting from scratch, but you're not starting like as a kid in your local pool room from scratch. You're entering like world-class pool tournaments starting from scratch. So the dry break from Kazakis has give Toru this chance just to sneak 2 back in front. I think what's worrying though is they're not making the wing ball, so as we know, we're using the diamond triangle, rack your own 1 on the spot. The likes of Shane Van Bonen, Jason Shaw, Corey Jewell, they consistently make the wing ball because they're good at racking the balls. Very difficult to win a tournament if you're not making the wing ball consistently. You need a lot of luck. And it has to be said, it's 3-2. We're approaching the 1 hour mark and they're playing slower than stage 1 players.
They're feeling the pressure, I think, a little bit. I think they understand the scenario and the position that they're in at this moment. And Toru takes down rack number 6. He'll be leading over Alex Kazakis by a score of 4-2, and he will be breaking in rack number 7. briefly looking around the room, I see Billy Thorpe is trailing 6-5 to Sean Wilkie. So Sean needs 1 to win by 2. Interesting scenario. Unfortunately, I can't give updates on the whole room because I can't see everything and I don't want to release some inaccurate information. But that is one match that I have confirmed in front of me. Alex sitting across the way there, just waiting for his opportunity to get back to the table. He is trailing at the moment. Rack number 7 coming at you.
Let's have a look where this wing ball goes. Now it does go in. See the big advantage you've got here when you're making that wing ball. I know he's no pot on here, or if he has, it's very thin. But if you're making balls on the break and your opponent isn't, well, you don't stand much of a chance, do you?
Nope. The break is crucial. Absolutely crucial. In my personal opinion, the break and then the first shot after the break are the 2 most important shots in nearly any game of pool. First shot after the break, meaning you can hold control. You don't necessarily need to run out, but you have the option to keep control of the table and not allow your opponent to be aggressive.
Yeah, and it's something that you're never going to master because you don't know where the balls are going to finish, and sometimes cue ball gets kicked around table and things like that. What I will say about this game though, when you get your opportunity, regardless of what match, if it's league night on a Tuesday in your local pool room or if it's in the World 9-ball final, if you get your opportunity and you don't take it, well, it's your own fault.
You deserve punishment then.
Yeah. But sometimes you just don't get an opportunity, but that's the game. But over the course of a season or, you know, a career, you know, it goes without saying you will get opportunities. So it was a good safety shot there, wasn't it? Used the 4 and the 9. If you look at a parallel line from where the cue ball and the 3 is, it's like a big fat parallel line, if that's the best way to describe it. English isn't me strong point at school. Kind of bowed out early. Good kick shot, but I think he's scratched. It's close, and he has. That is definitely unlucky.
I don't think he deserved that.
No.
He had a great kick shot. He hit the proper side of that 3-ball too to give himself a chance to not only pocket it, but also create distance if he didn't pocket it. And he did everything great except have fortune on his side.
Yep, on another day, it stays over the pocket or it hits the rail 3 or 4 inches either side. As you said, Ben, it was a great kick shot.
Kind of feel like the pool gods are, I don't want to say turning their back on Alex, but I think they're just kind of leaving him in the wings for the moment.
Yeah, but you know, all Toru can do is just take his opportunities. This is what we spoke about. You know, he's got ball in hand. He just needs to put these 5 to really turn the screw. That's all you can do. Fires the 6 ball in. Another top player from Japan, former world 9-ball champion, Yukio Akiriyama. I went a million miles off of that. He was a top player. I don't see much of him these days. Not sure if he's entered next week's US Open. try and confirm that. You would think he would be here. You know, he used to travel with Toru a lot. They're very good friends, so Ben speaks Japanese, so we'll get him to find out after. There you see then.
I know about 10 words.
That's 10 more than me. Tempura, I know that. I know that word.
I can say hello. Mosh moshi.
Mush mushy.
When I was in 3rd grade, I did a country report on Japan. That's about all I remember from it, unfortunately.
And that 9 ball is 5-2. So the unlucky kick shot from Kazakis definitely helped Toru in that rack. And it goes without saying, you feel like this is a must-win rack. You don't often come back from 6-2 down raised to 7 against high-class players.
I have results from one match already completed. Billy Thorpe, folks, has been eliminated in round number 1 by Sean Wilkie by a scoreline of 7-5. Didn't get a chance to watch it. I just got a score update. So impressive win for Mr. Wilkie. Tough luck for Mr. Thorpe. Billy will be eligible for the consolation event that we have. First place in that will be a healthy 1,500 bucks.
So let's all look at this purple 4, like you can see on the left of the rack. That's what we call the wing ball for any complete novices. The aim is to get that to disappear in the bottom left pocket. And it did disappear in the bottom left. But this is the part of the game you'll never cure. This is just the nature, but we're all pool players, we all know this. Funny place where you would push out here. Not easy. On a personal preference, not that it matters, I'd probably push onto the point of the middle jaw, the top jaw, because I quite like the dart jump shot.
Do you?
Yeah, so I can jump it fairly close, and I've always been quite controlled of it, so I felt like you don't see many players who can do that shot.
No.
Nick Vandenberg were very good at it. I think Kazakis is not too bad at it, so you might see him play it. But if people can't really hold the cue that way, you can push into that position knowing that maybe they won't play it and give it you back, and it's kind of a hanger, especially where the 1 ball is playing it into a big pocket. I think he's having a look at this, you know.
That's some good insight there, Carl. I'm not a big fan of that dart technique, but I should say I'm not a fan of it. I should say I'm not as good at it as I am your standard technique.
The other option he's got is he's looking at pushing out over here, but the balls are still all open. He could flick this turquoise blue 7 onto the 6, couldn't he? Tie them 2 up and roll cue ball onto top rail. At least you've tied a couple of balls up then. Obviously.
I kind of like your first shot. I like pushing
Push
for
to
a
the
jump.
dart.
Yeah.
The problem is if you push it, let's say, near the middle. See, the problem with this shot is there's no balls tied up, is there?
No, he's essentially inviting a safety.
Well, he's left a bank shot here. I'm sure this is a bank shot past the 2. 2 balls nowhere near the pocket, is it? So it's not tight. I mean, that camera angle there even looks like he could cut it up the rail.
I'm not sure. Maybe he was trying to put it on the rail.
I just think at this level, you can't be playing push-outs like that, because the top players, they will punish you. You'll get punished more times than not leaving the cue ball there. You might not get punished this time, but if you do that 100 times,
you're going to get punished more
you're
than
gonna
50.
get punished, yeah. Now, will it pay off this time?
He may be taking on that cut shot.
There you
You're
go.
right. He had the whole pocket and then some.
I didn't like that push shot. You you know, you're playing the best players in the world. That might work on a Tuesday night against you, Ben, but
Yeah, you could play
you'd have
blindfolded
fluked the
against me.
two, wouldn't you? You'd have fluked the two.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, so that was a strange one. Maybe he tried to push out and leave the cue ball on the rail, but even then, you're leaving a wide open bank, so he's not thinking straight at the moment.
And now Toru has an opportunity to put himself on the hill.
That was a nice shot, looked an obvious shot, but like delayed, spun it round off two. Obviously, key.
It says it all right there.
And he's having flashbacks from Gibraltar. I'm just kidding. It's just British humour. Don't be slagging me out there.
You like giving him a hard time, don't you?
It's just British humour. That's all it is. It's not, you know. Like, Toru wants angle here because from 5 to 6, that'd make this real easy as opposed to being straight.
I haven't had an opportunity to memorize the U.S. Open roster yet, but I wonder if David Alcady's on that list.
He is on the list. He will be here.
All right.
Not playing in this event, but... Or is he in this event? So let me have a look.
I didn't see his name on the list, and I haven't heard it, nor have I seen him. I don't think he's there.
No, we've just said it confirmed. He's not playing, but when you've just won the World Pool Masters, you're feeling good anyway, so it's not like he needs to come in and try and gain some confidence. Aiming low on the cue ball, but I don't believe he's going to be striking there. I believe he'll be hitting centre of the cue ball, so let's look. Yeah, obviously one of them players who aims low, but then on impact moves it. So the good bank shot, as it's looking like it's going to put him on the hill, but it has to be said, it was not the best of push-outs.
Yeah, it's been a little scrappy, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a little scrappy, but it's been quite an intriguing matchup, really. I always like matches where there's a few mistakes and missed balls. Just adds that bit of drama, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it'll be no way back for Alex now, because Toru's on the hill, 6-2, so he's got to win the remaining 4 racks. That will give him a little bit of breathing space because of the 2 clear racks you've got to win by. It is achievable. He's more than capable of winning 4 racks, but he's going to need a little bit of help from the pool gods.
Yeah, Toru on the hill. Alex needs 5 now, and Toru is breaking.
Chris Mellon's at the table. He started his 1 o'clock matchup. He's playing somebody from Asia, I'm not sure. Table next to them is Fu Che Wei. He finally qualified. He's playing former US Open champion Kevin Cheng.
Chris Melling is playing against Christopher Tevez, I believe.
Chris Tevez, that's right. I remember seeing that. Max Ebel is playing as well in the room.
Good little angle.
Yeah,
It's actually Chris there in the red shirt.
That is
Chris
definitely
Tevez.
not. All right, I was going to say that is definitely not Chris Melling.
That's Chris Melling at the table now.
Oh, I better not say that. I keep getting a lot of hate mail because I'm winding Chris Melling up. You should see the hate mail I get because I take the mickey out of Melling. It's funny. That won't stop me.
That's at Carl Boyce with a K, folks.
So Toru breaking for a place in round 2. You would think he's going to get some form of opportunity at some point, at least one. Doesn't make the wing ball, but he makes the 1. Balls flying from all over. He's got a bit of Jeff DeLuna kind of look going on here.
Made 4 on the break.
Wow.
Wow. Tough opening shot, but if he's able to.
Nice exhibition shot, this.
You load this up with lots of low left or lots of low right, Carl? Which direction are you taking that cue ball?
One thing I do know is it's when you're 6-2 up, you really want to take this shot on.
Yes.
But if it was 6-6, you probably wouldn't even be looking at it.
Probably
It's just
not.
got such a different play on your mind, doesn't it?
Looks like he's looking at playing the disciplined shot and playing a safe.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the, it's not the worst decisions, is it? If you get a good 2-ball. Wow, this is all about speed.
I didn't like that.
That is a brutal shot to try and find. Difficult to see if there's an edge, or does he have to jump it? Bending down in the corner of the screen tells us he's getting his jump cue out of his case. So he did get there. Very handy play with the jump cue is Kazakis. Makes a lot of shots with the short stick. These are always quite difficult though, because you've got to catch the right angle of the two. It's not like a straight jump shot. You would think cue ball, if he does pot it, he's coming around off a couple of rails, so he might have half a chance of getting on the next ball. But you wouldn't be favourite to make this jump shot, would you?
Well, I would be. Just kidding.
You see, he hit the good side, didn't he? It's just so hard to pot. He weren't a million miles away, and
Position would have been good too.
yeah, he's left it all on now, hasn't he? He's 2 shots away from rack and match to knock the world number 2 out.
Yeah, this is, like we said, folks, this is single elimination. Races to 7, win by 2. So if we ended up with a 6-6 tie, it would actually turn into a race to 8. If we ended up with a 7-7 tie and we went hill-hill at 9, we would have a lag and a 1-rack decider to determine who moves on to the next round. I don't believe we've seen that yet, but we are still very early in this tournament. Early stages of round 1.
There's no doubt about it. Over these next coming days of stage 2, we are going to see it all. Don't worry about that. Interesting position here now, because I do believe he'd have loved to have been playing 5-ball up past the 9. Not sure if he can get enough into the cue ball to get on it. And if he has to play the 5 in the bottom left, the 9-ball is causing a few issues. You can easily slide through that gap there and hook yourself behind the 9. So we'll see what kind of angle he's got here. I'll just keep looking at his shirt. Me, I won't lie. Might get myself one of them. Obviously, it won't be in his size. Now let's just look at this cue ball. See if he can hold it, or does he have to go up near this 9-ball? He snooked himself, as we said. This was always the problem, because it weren't a natural. Pace was key. Possibly, maybe should have tried to play 1 rail into the 9, but even then you can still misjudge it and hook yourself. We might be seeing a little rail first there. There's another shot. I always like watching this shot, you know, where they go rail first and
spin into it.
Yeah,
kind of manufacture an angle.
Yeah.
I think he felt like the chances of that cue ball going between the 9 and the rail were so slim, and unfortunately for him, that's exactly
I felt
where
like it was 50-50, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just felt like, because when you're going into that gap there, it's all about pace, but how do you judge it off this short rail every time? You can do that so many times. He's got a good chance of making this, though. Maybe he couldn't even see it. You know, he's played a great safety shot here.
Alex is going to have to come with it here.
Yeah, it is
not
on this,
easy.
isn't it? It's not easy.
At all.
It's definitely not easy, but it is on. This type of shot, I always feel, makes you look like a hero or a complete novice, because you usually hit it really thick, don't you? 5 comes out in the middle of the table, and everyone back home's going, what's he done there?
I love it when a player, especially like in maybe one pocket or something, is forced to shoot this 4 rails into that same pocket.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a beautiful shot when
yeah,
it goes.
bank pull shot into
Yeah.
it, yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's another nice shot.
That's exhibition style pull, though. That's not something Alex wants to take a chance at here.
It's like there, you see, it's so easy done and it can make you look foolish, but it's one of them shots that either goes clean in the pocket or it makes you look a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's faced with another little shot here where he's playing it into a blind pocket. If he pots the ball clean, he'll naturally be on the 8 and you would think it's game over. So just pot your ball here, Toru. Is there another twist left for the world number 2? Nope, doesn't look like it. Unless this cube, no, he's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, Toru handled that very nicely.
But Kazakis, he will go into the second chance event and he'll use all this as match practice ready for the Open. He's had some big high finishes over the last few months. So all is not lost for Alex Kazakis. Just not been his day today. And by no means Toru, you know, he's one of the top Japanese players, so it's not like he's lost to yourself, Ben.
Thanks. You're so kind. All right, Toru Kuribayashi takes down Alex Kazakis by a score of 7-2. In 42 minutes, next up on our feature table, we will have Mika Eminen versus Jeffrey Ignacio. I've had Carl Boyce in the booth with me. My name is Ben Sutherland. We will see you shortly. Thank you, folks, for tuning in.